Hello, it's me again. Here to just share with you some Pooki thoughts. They're just thoughts. They're my thoughts. You know, they're just what I think. That's all I'm sharing here is I'm just sharing my own thoughts about the world, how we live in it. I'm just sharing really too what works for me. What works for me might not work for you, you know. But when I think about the world and I think about all the problems that we have in the world with all the many, many things, and there's lots of it, right? There's lots of it. However, I want you to just point this out too. There are tons of solutions that are being activated right now for every problem, every challenge, every situation that's going on out there. There is there's at least 10 organizations that are focused on that situation that are trying to bring compassion, love, healing, unity to that sustainability. How do we create a world that works for everyone? How do we do that? How do we do that? Well, I think that we would have to humble ourselves and then look to nature because when you look out at the forest, it is there's a whole balance. There's a balance that's happening in nature, right? When you go deep into the forest, you go deep into the jungle, there's a balance that's there. There's a very powerful balance that allows everything to be sustained. Yes, there is a cycle of life and death, from in everything, in the trees, in the animals, and all the whole process, and the people, the whole process of life, of of living and dying is all very, very, very represented there, right? And it's also present in our own life, but somehow here, from where I'm sitting in this perspective, as I'm looking at the world that man has created, that really looks at nature as a commodity and not as a sacred being, like trees and water and the earth, and sacred to be honored and revered and to be um, held in the highest esteem and cared for and protected, and in right relationship with nature. And we are not at this time. We are trying to control nature, and we're experiencing the consequences of that kind of thinking. So we want to know how to solve the problems of the world. Look to nature. How can we be more in balance? Yeah, the cycle of life and death is occurring, and it will continue to, right? It's the reality of this 3D experience. And, um, how is it that we could return to nature in such a way that we could begin to restore our relationship with nature and begin to work in harmony with nature rather than and seeing the beauty and the wisdom and the power of nature. It's very, very highly intelligent. Nature is highly, highly intelligent, extremely intelligence that we don't understand. Just because we don't understand it doesn't make it stupid or inferior. It just means that we don't understand it. That's all that it means. It doesn't have any other meaning other than we don't understand it. Right? How can we understand it? How can we create within ourselves an environment of understanding? And so that would be to sit and listen to. So, like, go out into nature and sit and listen to nature and have nature speak to you. Go talk to water. Have water speak to you. You know, go speak to a mountain, a tree. There's infinite wisdom held within all of these sentient beings. You know, if we can remove um, their I don't want to say humanness because we're not talking human, but you get what I'm saying. If we can just make them, if we can reduce them to just a log or uh, you know, or then we have no problem in controlling it or cutting it down or any of that. So we're out of balance. Mankind is out of balance with nature. And until we begin to observe the loss of nature and begin to come back into balance and to restore our relationship with nature, we're going to continue to see, you know, reap the benefits of destroying the planet that is feeding us. It's kind of like biting the hand that feeds you. In any case, just saying. So, you want to know how to solve all the problems in the world? Let's go sit in nature for a while and listen. The birds can tell you. The birds can tell you so many things. Yeah. So, yeah, it's so true. We are nature. And until we restore our right relationship with nature and come into balance and, yeah, just really begin to have reverence and respect and honor for all of nature and for the intelligence, the genius, the sacred wisdom of nature. You know, the indigenous nations, their elders are still really trying to hang on to this and to teach the youth, and it's getting more and more challenging. People don't want to keep to the old ways. They want to move into the new, right? There's a price that we'll pay. In any case, just go and spend some time in the forest and listen to see what kind of messages you receive. I'd love to hear about it. All right. Sending you love as always. I'll see you again soon. Bye.